So my dear children, we all are here to build up our concept. Now, here in number 5, we have been asked that which pair of the dotted line segments are parallel. These are the dotted line segments. These two are the dotted line segments, and we have been asked whether they are parallel or not. Naturally, you will say yes or no, but you will have to give a reason for it. Now, to make the lines parallel, we have 3 points. Number 1, equal alternate angles means that these two lines are parallel only when the alternate angles are equal. If these two are equal, then we say that these two lines L1 and L2 are parallel. Equal corresponding angles means if the corresponding angles are equal, these are the corresponding angles, these two are the corresponding angles. Not only these two, even these two are also the corresponding angles. Similarly, this one and this one are corresponding angles, and this angle and this angle are corresponding angles. So if corresponding angles are equal, we would say that the lines are parallel. The third most important part is that when the co-interior angles, when the sum of the co-interior angles, this angle and this angle, they are co-interior angles. So if the sum of co-interior angles is equal to 180 degree, so we say that the lines, these two lines are parallel. Clear? Here, have a look. Here, these two are the co-interior angles. So now, when we add these two co-interior angles, sum of co-interior angles, sum of co-interior angles is equal to 120 plus 50 is equal to 170 degree. Now, this 170 degree is not equal to 180 degree. Therefore, we would say that since the sum of co-interior angle is not equal to 180 degree, since the sum of co-interior angles is not equal to 180 degree, the lines are not parallel. The lines are not parallel. Clear? Let's have a look to the next one. Are the lines parallel? Here I find that this is 135 degree, but this angle is not given. Though this angle is not given, we can mention this as 45 degree. Why? Because the vertically opposite angles are equal. These two are line segments cutting each other. Therefore, the vertically opposite angles are equal. Now, these two angles, this angle and this angle, are co-interior angle, and their sum should be 180 degree. So, sum of co-interior angles is equal to 135 plus 45 is equal to 180 degree. Therefore, the lines are parallel, parallel. Let's have a look over here. These two are the lines and this is the transversal. These two are the lines and this is the transversal. Therefore, these two are actually corresponding angles. Have a look. It is somewhat like this. These two are the lines and they have given you this angle and this angle. So they are corresponding angles. Therefore, I would mention here that since the corresponding angles are not equal, therefore the lines are not parallel. This means to have parallel lines, either alternate angles should be equal, corresponding angles should be equal, and the sum of co-interior angles should be equal to 180 degree. If any one of them is satisfied, we say that the given lines are parallel. Let's have a look to the next one. And I find that multiple lines have been given. L1, L2, L3, line L3, line L4 and line L5. Now, we have to see whether the lines are parallel to each other or not. So let us look for L1 and L2. L1 and L2. Now when you are looking at L1 and L2, so naturally you need to hide the remaining. Why? Because L1 and L2 are the line and here L3 is the transversal. Okay? So here I would mention L1 and L2 are lines and L3 is a transversal. Now when L3 is the transversal, 70 and 100 are co-interior angle, isn't it? Are co-interior angles. When 70 and 100 are co-interior angles, therefore when we add 70 and 100, it is equal to 170 degree and not equal to 180 degree. Since the sum of co-interior angles is not equal to 180 degree, therefore we would say that L1 is not parallel to L2. L1 is not parallel to L2. What about L3 and L5? L3, I am looking at only L3, line L3 and line L5. So for L3 and L5, 80 degree and 70 degree are corresponding angle. So we would say that 80 degree and 70 degree are corresponding angles, and corresponding angles are not equal. Corresponding angles are not equal. So when the corresponding angles are not equal, therefore L3 is not parallel to L5. L3 means the line L3 is not parallel to L5 because these two corresponding angles are not equal. What about this L4 and L2? So for L4 and L2, let me hide the remaining. Okay, let me hide the remaining so that it becomes very easy for you people to judge. L4 and L2. So for L4 and L2, what about L4 and L2? Let me see. If this is 80 degree, naturally, and if this is 100 degree, so naturally this will be also equal to 80 degree. And I find that when these two lines are given, L3 becomes the transversal, and when L3 becomes the transversal, therefore these two alternate angles are equal. So we would say that since alternate angles are equal to how much? 80 degree, therefore L4 is parallel to L2. This is the sign of a parallel. L4 is parallel to L2. What do you think about L4 and L1? So for L4 and L1, let me hide this portion. For L4 and L1, I find for L4 and L1, I find that the alternate angles are not equal. Alternate angles are not equal. So when alternate angles are not equal, therefore L4 is not parallel to L1. I hope this sum, you have understood this sum clearly. That is why I said it's better to build the concept rather than to solve so many sums. Have a look over here. I find that if this is 110, naturally this will also be equal to 110 degree because these two are vertically opposite angles. So though these two are vertically opposite angles, 110 and 70 over here becomes co-interior angle. 110 degree and 70 degree are co-interior angles. Now let me see. When I add 110 and 70 degree, I get 180 degree, and this proves that these two lines are parallel. Why these two lines are parallel? Because the sum of co-interior angle is equal to 180 degree. Sum of co-interior angles is equal to 180 degree. Therefore, the lines are parallel. Clear? Now, let's have a look over here. The last one, I hope so. I find that when we consider this dotted line and this dotted line and this particular line, okay, so when I am considering this particular line, why are we looking at this particular line? So let me make it white in color so that it is least visible to us. Now I find that our question is already solved. I find that this 50 degree and 40 degree, 50 degree and 40 degree are alternate angles, and though they are alternate angles, but these alternate angles are not equal. Since the alternate angles are not equal, therefore the lines are not parallel, parallel. I hope you have understood it clearly. Once again, before we end up, parallel lines can be found out only if the alternate angles are equal, the corresponding angles are equal, and the sum of co-interior angles should be equal to 100. The sum of the co-interior angles should be equal to 180 degree. Thank you.